Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're going to make these adorable gift tags using supplies from our sponsor Papermart. You can find them online at www.papermart.com. We're going to use their beautiful tags, washi tape, and baker's twine to make these, and they are so fun, and best of all, you can make them in a batch, so you'll always have a tag whenever you need it. So let's go to the table and let's get started. I began by stamping leaves all over some 140-pound watercolor paper. The stamps I'm using are by Stampendous, but you can use whatever you have. You want to fill the paper as much as you can so you don't have very much waste. Then I sprayed my paper with gold spray ink. I have a tutorial on how I made mine, and I'll put that link in the video description. You want to get it good and wet, so then when we spray on our color burst powders, it will really make the color flow and be really vivid. The Ken Oliver color burst is great, but if you don't have that, you can use regular watercolors and it will look just as pretty. I'm going to use yellow, green, brown, red, any sort of fall leaf color for this. To help the colors blend where you want them to, just use a paintbrush to kind of swirl the paint around. It will make it so that you don't have to use so much pigment. When you're done, you're going to have a sheet of paper that almost looks like metal or copper. Go ahead and add more pigment as you need it, then set it outside in the sun to dry. Now let's let the tag making fun begin. I'm working on large shipping tags from Papermart. You can get them in the bulk and clearance section of Papermart and save a ton of money. I'm also using some of their smaller craft paper tags, which have a beautiful color and weight to them. I use some leaf die cuts just to kind of shape them a little bit. You could use a punch with them or even stamp on them. It's completely up to you. They do have a little bit of a gloss, so stamping on them, you want to make sure that you're using a waterproof ink. And I also saved those little die cuts from the middle so I could use for something else. Now, you can see how pretty and shimmery those leaves are. I went ahead and cut them out as soon as they were dry, and they're just going to be the most beautiful fall embellishments. They'd be really cute on a card or a scrapbook page too. And with any of the scrap paper that I had left over, I just die cut little tiny leaves out of that. I also die cut some branches and leaves, this little pretty scroll from Simon Says Stamp that I thought would be pretty on our tag. So the first thing we're going to do is actually color the base of our tag, and I've got this beautiful background stamp from Impression Obsession, and I'm just going to ink it up with several colors of Distress ink. Then I ink the edges with some kind of vintagey brown ink to make my die cut stand out a little bit more. Go ahead and lay your die cut down, and then you can see exactly how much ink you need to add. I wanted to put it around that bottom corner so my die cut would show up, and then I used my color dusters to soften the ink out a little bit. See, now my die cut stands out really well on the base of that tag. I'm using my fine tip applicator to put some glue on the die cut to hold it in place, and then I'm going to inlay the little leaves that I die cut out of another color. I die cut 4 out of each color, and that way I'd be able to inlay it on 4 different tags. It's just a great way to make use of your supplies. I'm using washi tape from Papermart to give my craft tags a little pop of color. I'm using the orange polka dot, the gray chevron, and also the black and white polka dot because I think they're such playful colors and they look great on these fall themed tags. To make my leaves look a little bit more realistic, I gently curled the each lobe of the leaf with my fingers. And then I simply used foam tape to adhere it to my craft paper tag. I love the layers. I really think it looks fantastic. And best of all, not only do you have a great gift tag, but somebody could save that and use it as a bookmark or a decoration too, because it's just that pretty. Of course, your tag needs to be able to be attached to a present, so we're going to use some of this black and white Papermart baker's twine for that. I'm cutting off a fairly long piece because I want to first tie the 2 tags together so they don't shift on the package, and then I want to leave nice long tails so it can be tied around or onto whatever package I want. I'm going to start with a double knot here and then just let the tails hang. To give my tag a little extra sparkle, I took my fine tip glue applicator and filled in one of the maple leaves on the background. I just filled in the center area of one of the die cuts with white glue, and then I sprinkled in some gorgeous Papermart glitter. Doing a multi-glitter effect here where I'm sprinkling in a little bit of gold, and then I'm grabbing some green and I'm sprinkling that next to it, and then I'm going to finish off with a little bit of red. Now you don't want to dump your glitter back in your jar after this because it will be contaminated, but the nice thing about the Papermart glitter jars, besides them being 99 cents, is that you can take out just a tiny little bit at once. You have awesome control, and that is just going to look great. Let it dry, and then you can brush away any excess glitter. Repeat these steps to make as many tags as you like. I think these are great for your fall gift-giving ideas, and also you could use the same idea for place cards or Thanksgiving items. I hope you enjoyed this project today. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our sponsor, Papermart. You can find them online at www.papermart.com, where we make you look even better. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.